It's nice to welcome Sekou Laidlow. And if I'm not mistaken, Sekou is a African name,
It is.
and it means, don't tell me,
Ooh.
wise and educated. Am I wrong?
That is one of
That is
one
one
of
of
them. The other one is learned warrior.
Wow.
You know, sometimes they have different iterations of it,
Yes, sir.
but it means learned warrior. It's Guinea.
Well, but you are wise, and if you
Appreciate
understand,
it.
if you go back over this young man's path, I mean, he hasn't just come to the forefront of this production of the breaks. You have quite of illustrious
Sure.
history. We've seen you on Law and Order. We've seen you on stage. You've done film before, and now, matter of fact, you just did The Good Wife not too long ago. But in addition to you acting, you are an acting coach.
I am.
So you're
I
a
am.
teacher.
I am.
And we should also, let's put all of your accolades on the table. You are
Appreciate it.
a student of Juilliard,
I am.
which is one of the pristine creme de la creme schools when it comes to the arts, right?
Yes.
So
it
this
is.
cat has got a lot of substance to bring to the table.
I appreciate it.
Welcome to the
Appreciate
new
it.
world.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be here and an honor to
cool.
be here with you, Lenny.
My
It's an
pleasure and
honor.
honor.
You are a legend. So-
That, is he calling me old?
No,
Nice.
no.
You
Just
sure?
wise, brother. You.
I'm wise.
You're wise.
And a little educated. So wait, culturally, is your family from?
No, my mother's from Harlem. My father's from Trinidad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to head that way.
Oh yeah.
Carnival time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Party time.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I've never been.
Yeah.
You've been?
I haven't been. I've done the Brooklyn.
So have I, because I'm a Brooklyn boy. Yeah.
But and I've been to Trinidad several times, but I have not made it
Carnival.
during the carnival
I'm gonna
yet.
give
So
you
I
a
got to
full
make it. You're
report.
gonna be. Please do.
Yes, I'll
please
give you a
do.
full report.
Yeah.
Well, look, let's talk about what's going to be shown in a couple of
Sure.
hours on VH1, The Breaks.
Sure.
How did you get this wonderful opportunity to be a part of the
You
cast?
know what? We have the movie version, which came out at the beginning of 2016, and I auditioned for that. Several of the roles, and did well in the audition, but I didn't get cast in them.
Wow.
And when it came time for the actual series to come, Seath Mann called me back in. He's a great brother who's done a lot of great stuff, including The Wire. And he called me in for another role. I didn't book that one, and then he offered this one to me. And I guess that has something to do with the work that I put in previously, just in terms of going in for those other roles. But that's kind of how that happened.
You know what? How wonderful is this situation? Now, you may not look at it as wonderful, but you're an acting coach. Who better than you to tell about going for something, not getting it, but still consistently determined to go at it again?
Yeah, so much of this game, this hustle is about mentality and being able to maintain a positive mentality during the downtime, which is more often than the uptime, much more valley than the mountaintop, and just being able to not bring the energy from not getting it into the room when you got to go do it again.
I want you to check out The Breaks. Wonderful, wonderful story about hip-hop and the origins of hip-hop of New York City and how it has, transcended to where it is today. Sekou Laidlow is with us tonight, who is a part of this wonderful cast. And I want you to tell me your character role on this wonderful cast, and more importantly, the role that you trained and you actually got.
I'm playing Walter Camp, and he is a journalist at the Village Voice, and we know in New York what the Village Voice is and what that means to us.
Yeah,
but this, this character was documenting the hip hop industry, the world, and how it was growing and coming into fruition back in the 90s, and just kind of developing an identity for the hip hop world. They were responsible for kind of controlling the narrative.
Yeah. I know the gentleman who actually, coming from New York, who actually was in that capacity. And the gentleman's name, I want to shout him out, is Mr. Nelson George. He really played a very, very big role in
Amazing,
the
man.
narrative of bringing it to the forefront
Absolutely.
and educating people. And just like every new trendy form of music, it wasn't so widely embraced initially. It has crossed
A lot of resistance.
boundaries now
Yeah.
from where it is. And now, if you go to an old school hip hop show, you'll see a multi-diverse cultural audience.
Sure.
You won't just see just blacks and Hispanics and minorities. It's diverse across the board. So, how much research did you do in order to captivate this?
I read the book that Dan Cherners wrote, and I the homework was me growing up in hip
that
hop.
era? Yeah.
I mean, this hip hop was everything to me
Really?
and developed me.
How deep did you go, Sekou?
Oh man,
How did you?
we pulled out the cardboard.
Really?
We and I grew up in Baltimore. We pulled out the cardboard. It was Russell Court against Fox Hall, and
No
we popped,
way.
locked, break dance, rapped. I wrote some raps back then and tried to hustle those. It didn't do too well because I didn't end up in that industry.
That's okay.
But no, I grew up on that, and cats like Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim.
So you did the gold chain, the Kango.
Oh man,
you
bald
had the
head,
Adidas,
gold chain.
the whole
I
nine.
had the Russell sweatsuits.
Really? Did
the
you
whole nine.
own a pair of Playboys?
I did not have Playboys. I had
Did you-
Britishers. I had Britishers.
The British? You have British Walkers?
I had the British Walkers.
Okay.
I had the British
All right.
Walkers.
Coalfield coat?
I didn't have the Cofield coat. I had the puff. I had the puff and the puff. We called it the puff in
With
Baltimore.
the corduroy?
With the it was like leather, and then it had the fur around the collar with the hood.
He had a lot of money. See, I couldn't afford all that. I could not afford all that, brother. Oh, man, we have Sekou Laidlow with us tonight, and it's a pleasure being in his company. Want to learn more about the struggles of what it is to be an actor and so you're an acting coach. I know one of your most ultimate goals is to use your work as a reflective of your community. And I know you have done work in the past, and I know you're still working on doing work in terms of making theatrical productions for churches as well as other community organizations. So I want to come back and talk with him a lot about that. But why don't you hit me up with another one of your slow jams? How about this? Let me put you on the spot. How long you been married?
I've been married about 4 years. I've been married about 4 years.
You're still a newlywed.
I am.
That means you should remember, your wife may be listening tonight, your first song, first dance. I'm sorry, brother. Sound a little, is it crickets?
Get me in trouble.
You have to have it.
Our first slow dance. We
It's
actually
biding time. That's called biding time right now.
yeah. That's what we doing.
The first, at the reception, when before the wedding party gets
You know why I
ready.
don't remember it as well? Because we played it for about 10 seconds and then we busted out into a choreographed dance to some original
No way.
music. And we did this whole choreographed
Like a
dance.
stage-
and surprised
like a
every- Yeah, we rehearsed for that. So our slow song was
With the
like
wedding
5
party?
seconds. Yep.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's why.
All right, so you
She'll
know what?
understand.
I'm a pick. I hope so. You'll find out when you get home tonight. I'm happy to say one of my radio colleagues, the legendary Chuck Chillout, is the man who you'll see Chuck. Trust me, he makes his presence very, very known. But you're working with a wonderful cast, man, of newcomers and a lot of cast members who maybe were a part of The Wire as well. I know Woody Harris is
Wood
a part.
Harris, yeah.
He's a phenomenal actor. But how is it to work under this situation and take us down the road? I mean, obviously they had to recreate a lot of things to bring it back into the 80s. And I think they did an eloquent job in doing that. But the lifestyle, and you said you were part of hip hop back then. How is that balancing out with the show of the breaks in terms of the reality and how much is really very relative to what was happening at that time?
Yeah, they VH1, Atlantic Pictures, they all did an excellent job of documenting the hip hop world very accurately. And so it's just being in the world and when you read the script and they talk about some of the things that happened back then, it's really nostalgic. And it really, like I was saying before, that's the homework is like you give me the memory of that,
Right.
and the character. I'm the guy. I'm the guy, and so the words come easy because the life is already there.
It's already there.
But it's great to just be immersed in that world that they created, which is so accurate to what's actually happening.
So accurate and so much
Yeah.
about so much a part of what is going on today in hip hop, and to see the expansion of it and the growth of it and how it has transformed and been accepted now worldwide. Like you can't go to a party now without some hip hop playing. I remember I was in a party with, and no disrespect, but very seasoned people. And I say seasoned, like probably over 40. And these ladies came up to me and said, "Can you play some Fetty Wap?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Nothing wrong with Fetty Wap, but I just wasn't expecting it from a person who's over their 40s. So to just tell you how current hip hop has been so embraced by adults now, it's like a part of the phenomenon.
Yeah, and that's why I think people are really like this show, because you get to go back and look at and appreciate how we got to the point where people that you don't expect to ask for a song
Not at all.
out of the hip hop world does, and that had to do with the work and the fight and the struggle to just trying to develop an identity and have it cross over to, to everybody.
Yeah.
To everybody.
And speaking of work and fight and struggle, you have worked very, very hard in your career to get it to where it is right now. And I know it's still far from from the top of where you wanted to be. But you made a quote on something, and I want to bring it to your attention, which is very, very nice. You said you look at your artistry as an extension of your responsibility to your community.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think we have an obligation. I'm going to speak for myself. I have an obligation to offer myself to my community, to those who are trying to make it in my business, to share my experience with the world, with my family, with my friends, so that they can appreciate what it takes to make it, to be successful, but also to build my community and just to give back. I mean, somebody gave to me and gave me something, and I'm trying to do the same thing and reciprocate.
It's so important that we pass that baton. Define success. How do you define success?
Good question. Success is having peace of mind about where you are in life, and appreciating and having people around you that you are accountable to and that are supportive and love you for who you are. Money helps, but that is not the full definition of success.
It doesn't necessarily always bring you happiness.
No.
But it does help.
No, it does help.
We know that you're a part of the breaks on VH1, which I wish you continued success. Watch out for him. He's played Walter Camp, a journalist in this upcoming series who brings light to the hip hop world and spotlights and uplifts. But in addition to the breaks, are you working on some other projects?
Right now, I am in the audition game. This is pilot season, so I've been going in for a lot of these new pilots.
Wow.
So we'll see. It could be a call any day now.
I'm a brave
and hopefully so.
Okay. Well, you know what? I can't get the Martin Luther King thing out of my head, man, because I'm looking at you and I see you and your phrasing.
Yeah.
That production, you were perfect for it. I bet you didn't. You passed that audition with flying colors, did you?
I did well in the audition.
I'm sure. Well, you got the role.
Yeah. It was fun.
Do you enjoy more playing character roles? Because you're playing a character role right now where you have to learn about the life of someone.
Yeah, I like biopics. Are my favorite to tell the story of somebody else's life. Who has ups and downs in their lives. It's an actor's dream.
Wow.
Well, my dream, just in terms of those types of roles, yeah.
But you're open and diverse too, obviously, as an actor.
I am, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, brother, I wish you continued success. I'm sure this will not be our last time sitting down and talking.
I hope not.
Sekou Laidlow is his name, and make sure you watch out for him in this upcoming series of The Breaks. It's phenomenal. But more importantly, remember, his first name means, part of his first name means wise and educated, and the other meaning is?
Learned warrior.
Learned warrior.
Yes, sir.
I got to get me a name that means something.